Well then, good morning. I'm going to try and accomplish something up here. I'd like to move some of these things up to there. So I'll have to take my time and think about it as I go. So you can come in my hand for a while, I guess. So I was thinking this big suitcase, that belongs up there. Probably some of those things do too. But what I was going to look at was this. Now, the best way to get something awkward up is to slide it up. So if I could put that ladder going from there to there, I could just slide things up. Maybe the ladder could even go from that to that and be like a shelf back there. I wonder if it's long enough. It looks like it's just going to be just barely long enough. Might make it to the first shelf. It's an interesting concept, isn't it? So what I need now is a place to be up in there so I can put things up. And there's some things up here that I really don't need to store up there. Some things that are not going up. Like yarn. That's not going up there. What's this? That's some Christmas things. But now these things, you can't pile on top of them. Some of them you can. So, this is one of my many. I decided I would store these instead of just using them up. However, they're my nice little things, so I have to think about that. But this one could go up there, and that one could go up there, and this one, and I could just slide them along. This is Christmas stuff, which I didn't use this year. This is a very old box of Epsom salts. Anyway. What's back? This was some tool of my dad's, and I couldn't figure out what it would be used for. NFB Canada Map Education Kit. Oh, this is a map of Canada. Oh, wow. That would be cool to put up on the wall. That could go right there. Okay, so that can come down. Now this, what's in this one? It's not heavy. I think these are all dishes and such. Okay, so if I could stand in there, let's turn this light on. So I don't want to pack this way away in the top. This can come out. All right. But these can go up. More yarn. And what's in here? Papers and what is this thing called? It's like an army sleeping bag, isn't it? It's wool. Well, that's worth looking into. needs to be mended if it were going to be used as it is. Otherwise, it should be cut into pieces and used for something else. Okay, well, there's a little bit of room. Not enough to stand in yet. Oh, look, this is one of my good paintings. I love painting. Hi, one person. Good morning. I know I'm up a little early. But I had this great idea of emptying this stuff up into there. I think I'd like to do that today. So this one, if I move this one, what's behind here now? Glasses. So I could stand on this corner and I could put those up there. Those two anyway. I couldn't move this. And then I could slide these over and put them up and slide them down. And I'm not going to use the ladder to stand on, but it might be of use to have beside it. We'll see. Okay, so you'll need a place to stand. How about here? Oh, and I should put your IV in because you know how that happens with everything. Good morning. All right. So, where am I going to put it at? There? Is that good? You'll have my back to you. That ought to work for a little while. I went outside to look at the snow, and there's like still a lot of snow on the deck. But when we get our snowblower back, we'll be able to get rid of all that stuff. Okay, these should be put on the wall or given to someone who has some wall space. Okay. Okay, look at that. We made progress, didn't we? So now we shall move it. We shall move everything further. Let you get back here and sit on your fan. Well, that isn't working, is it? How should we work this? We'll put the other side under here, perhaps. Okay, so now we'll bring this ladder over in the corner. So I got them moved over. Can't really see very much, but this is coming along very well so far, don't you think? I don't know if you can see a whole lot. I hope you can. I'll move it over from here. There we go. Wow, that's making a lot of difference here, isn't it? I only have 4 boxes to put up. I can do that. We'll turn you just a little bit. Oops. Oh, you good folks. Wait a minute, this should be on this side, not that side. All right. Ha ha ha. We're getting it done. Get this onto that. That would be very helpful. This is not quite big enough here for this one, but it's big enough for that one. I think I need to use the stairs from here. This is very big. 2 boxes left. But this one is papers. And I think I'd rather the papers go on that side. Then can go up here. Yay, okay, okay. Yay, look at that. Want to see it now? Thanks for waiting around while I got it on. Okay, I'll turn you around. So there we have it. All of them are up there, which is leaving this empty for the children to play. Oh, these were supposed to be up in there. Along with that, I'll get them up there. Well, there we go. I think I should put some varnish on these. But I won't sand it in between, so they'll be bumpy. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So that suitcase could probably go right here on the end. Oh, good morning, people. Let's see what's been said. I would just sit down for a moment. That goes up there too. Here, let me go put my water on. I can have tea with you. Oh yes, I have all these items here. Just sailing along, just alright. You like the purple, eh? Live from Ontario, Canada. Oh yeah, I think Willem turned the water off downstairs. No wonder it's coming out slowly. Probably a good idea. Boy, those plants are looking much happier now. Wow, that one's doubled. Huh. Enough for tea? Yes. Okay. guess we need lights on in here, but it's still only early. We don't want to put lights on too early. Okay. Maybe I can get that up there from here. We're waiting for our tea. Oh, you can't see anything here anyway, can you? Just straighten along. There. That is good enough. Okay, I don't want this thing. I have to figure out what to do with this thing. Don't know yet. And this, now we should put that map up on the wall there. Wonder how big it is. Sometimes these maps are pretty big. This is the NFB Canada map, whatever that means. This is a very big wall map, isn't it? This won't fit there. Where in the world will it fit? Alrighty then. So I guess that map is not going up. That's a body warmer. But I don't think it really started activating because I didn't shake it last night. Yesterday I was trying to take it out and keep my phone warm. Good morning, truth be told. Well, I don't think we've met. Have we met? Let's sit in the corner here. Okay, and now we'll look at our work. Look at that, it's all up there. And that is empty, and the grandchildren can come over and decorate it and play. Well, hello, truth be told. Okay, now I need to read all the comments, see what's been going on here. Good morning, Daniel Woods. Oh, this one's probably spam. I'll report that and remove it. You're welcome. What Yeah, that Nio6 site. Yeah, that's probably porn or something. Live from Ontario, Nancy today. Here is. You like purple, do you? There we go. Well, I've read up on it all now. So, is it early where you are, or are you in Europe? I like coming on really early sometimes because I catch the folks that are. Good morning, Jordan. I'm fine. I'm good. I have success. Look what I did. I put those up there. Now this area is empty. Guess I have room to bring all those papers, but I don't want to fill this up with papers. I want the grandchildren to play. Oh, you're in Canada too. Nice. Oops. So let me give you a little update. Yesterday I was working on, oh, you're a night owl. Yes, Willem is a night owl too. I went to bed at 6 last night because I just felt tired and I didn't know what else to do except wander through the channels, and I thought it's not as good a use of my time as sleeping. So I slept. I was in a lot of pain too. I'm still in a lot of pain, but not as much as I was. But I don't think I can shovel out there. Everything is way too heavy. And it's supposed to get up to, it was like negative 17 this morning, but it's going up to +2. So that's going to change things. And there's even a chance of freezing rain at some point. Goodness gracious. I guess that's the tail end of the storm, isn't it? Like the edge of the storm was ice. And we got 20 inches of snow. We haven't had 20 inches of snow since when I came to Canada, we did. That was not bad. That was a normal kind of a snowfall. And I was really snowed in, and I felt snowed in yesterday because I couldn't go anywhere. And then Willem got the road opened, the driveway opened to the road. And so we went for a walk down to down to the teepee, to the grass hut teepee. And I was able to stomp the snow down. Like it's 20 inches at least. Some places it's deeper. But I was able to stomp it down one step at a time, and it took about 20 steps in that one step to flatten it. It was really hard snowshoeing yesterday because the snow was, yeah, well, the snow isn't really heavy right now, except where it's been walked on, it is much heavier. But it's very dry here right now. It's very cold and dry, so it's fluffy, so you can do it easily. But not me. I'm done. But we're going to get our snowblower back perhaps tomorrow. He had to order the part. This could be an 8-week thing. You never know where the parts are coming from. If it's a local part, we're okay. We haven't gotten a good snowball in I don't know even how many years here in Michigan. Last good one I remember was the first winter I was driving my first car and we got a ton of snow for Michigan. Yeah, it got really warm and we have a melt every winter. Like it used to be that January and February were very cold. They were the worst parts of winter. But I remember picking up my parents at the airport and it was negative 20 something and they were coming up from Georgia. That was just before Christmas. They came a couple days before Christmas. I guess that's when they came, yeah. I don't remember having Christmas with them up there, though. Maybe it was a week before Christmas. Anyway, whatever. So it was pretty cold. But now we get these thaws. Oh well. But whatever you get, you'll get more of it. And just like that, instead of either no snow or too much snow. And so I like the too much snow, except that trying to snowshoe in it at the beginning without a crust, it made my snowshoes go in about a foot. And trying to lift your foot up with snow on top of the snowshoe because it falls in, unless you pull your snowshoe back, if you pull your foot back and then lift it, but still it's a long way to go. It's still a foot high. I think the food stores are fine. I think every time I've been to the grocery store, they're full. There's the odd item that I can't find very often. but not very many. No-name corn chips at the independent stores. That's one thing that I can't find very much of. There were a lot of them a long time ago, so I bought a bunch, but those have long since been gone. Yeah, it is good to hear. How about where you are? You're in Michigan, is that what you said, truth be told? Oops. I have to see what you said up here. Oh, you're in Canada. You know, they talk about all these big storms in Vancouver, but it's up to freezing again today. It's going to be raining and or snowing for a couple days, but it's at freezing, so it's all snowman weather. So it's possible if it goes up warm enough today, I could get rid of some of the snow by making snowballs. Oh, is that right? Lots of what part of Canada are you in? Toronto? They really got dumped with this. They're not used to it. In a way, it's harder to be in a city when it snows because they don't do your back roads. Your secondary roads are really hard to get in and out of. Awful. But here, you know, we park next to the road. And so, oh, in Alberta. Yeah. You get a lot of snow up there, don't you? A lot of cold, a lot of snow. I did that. I already accomplished something. Yay! I haven't accomplished anything for a couple days. Yesterday I just spent the whole day trying to figure out how to work the Minecraft on here. Oh, really? It's not just because the storm was coming and everybody went to the store? You know, the storm was coming and we never went to the store. Isn't that nice? I got everything I need the other day. Which is a sander. I've got this huge sander. Now, Daniel, where are you? Daniel Woods. I left my book downstairs. See, there's a Daniel guardhouse on here in the middle of the night sometimes, too. Ha! I finished that bit up there. Now I have another thing to do. I have to get rid of all this other stuff I pulled out of there. This Canada map, I think, is useless. Where would I put it? Oh no, it's pretty big. And it's all taken at an angle. Maybe it's a satellite angle. I like how the U.S. is just whited out. They do that to us all the time. Whenever there's a weather map, a weather statement, it always cuts off at the edge. It's like, give it a break. There's one system. It takes more time and trouble for them to take it off the map than to leave it on. Anyway, I'm not in charge of those things. I'll focus on what I'm in charge of. Not a lot. I'm in charge of my world. Hey, so I was working on Minecraft. Hello, 7 people. Good morning. Remember, thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear them again. Anyway, so what I've been trying to do on Minecraft, I've got this program called OBS, and I've configured OBS according to some videos on YouTube, and I've configured it to use yes, chaos everywhere down there. Anyway, maybe that's not true. Just, you know, whatever. Well, I was thinking that. But, you know, I have windows on my outside walls, and I wouldn't want to cover a window up. I could go right across these closets. Oh, you're in Lansing, Michigan. Okay, well, that gives me a... And you haven't had the snow yet. Is it coming your way? Or is it just going north? like it went through the eastern seaboard, I guess, and it's come up. Anyway, so I was going to tell you, sometimes I can go on my channel, like on YouTube. I just go to YouTube on the Smart TV, and I go to Nancy Today, and now it's showing me my different Minecraft episodes. But they're really badly filmed, and they're very slow. So I have to figure out how to configure it. Fowlerville area, which is right next to Lansing. No, we have nothing coming so far. Nice. Well, you know, I was thinking before I was going to go down there and harvest grass. I was looking out here. I thought I could harvest all that and put it up on the little, whatever it is right here. But on that branch, make a little fort out of it. And I had all this sedge. You know, I went in the marsh woods the other day and I wandered around and I saw the deer tracks and all my little living rooms. I like having living rooms in the woods. Anyway, so I was thinking of doing all that stuff, and yet the snow has now come, and it's like, forget it now. There's no way. 20 inches of snow, it's gone. When the snow goes away, everything will be broken and laying on the ground. Oh well, but we were able to make a path from the road into the teepee yesterday. And we went in and we laid down my cattail mattress. Everything was beautiful on the sides in there. There was snow in the very middle and on the swing. But around the edges where our beds are, it was all nice. My plans for summer. Oh, we're going on a mission. That's right, we put in our papers. And we hope to go to the Thomas S. Monson camp. It's north of Peterborough, where we will serve a mission for 6 months, taking care of the camp and preparing it for all the youth that come and have their girls' camp and youth conferences that come there. I'm not sure what will be involved. It is kind of heavy work, I hear. We'll see. We'll see. You know, miracles happen. Yeah. So we haven't heard back from them. We haven't been called to the mission yet, but when our papers come in, we'll open them. We'll find out if we got it, which I imagine we will. It's a service mission, so as a senior, we don't have to go on a proselyting mission. We could if we want to, but our friends work at this camp, and they've been on a mission there for a year or two, and they were really excited about what they do and wanted us to come and do it too. And see, perhaps I can do things like teach baskets, or maybe just be making baskets in the background when I'm not busy moving tables and, you know. But we do have access to all the kayaks, and the lake is there, and so I'm sure we'll have time to go and be part of it all, sit and watch the campfires at night. They'll have a big group campfire. And maybe we'll be asked to speak sometimes. I don't know. Never been on a mission before. This is not a proselyting mission, so we're not knocking on doors. Anyway, that's the plan for the summer. And I hope that what we've got in line is that we would be able to come home from time to time, because there's not people there every day like there would be closed on Sunday and Monday. And so I think, unless people are, I'm not sure how it works. So we may be able to go away. That's what our friends said, that we can bounce off each other. And so they have bees to go home and take care of. And we have our grandchildren, and I don't want to be cut off from the grandchildren for the whole summer. But they can come and camp there. Perhaps we can go where they're camping. We can go for the day or something. Depends where they go. It's hard for them because they work, and so they're done after work on Friday, and then that's when they have to pack and drive and set up tents. So it'd be better if they're closer to Ottawa. But anyway, we'll see. Who knows? They may go to the next. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Anyway, so that's the summer plan. Well, I do slow down. I sit around for days and watch television. I'm not always happy either. Sorry to be so... Sometimes I'm happy. Sometimes I'm rather miserable. I don't make videos when I'm too miserable, generally. I went outside this morning. It was pretty in the snow. It was really pretty, but I couldn't go anywhere. I could just stand where I was and look around. I couldn't go for a walk all the way around the deck or anything. I could have yesterday or day before. I had it all shoveled. It was clean. I came in, I went out, and it was like up to my calves again. And we're supposed to get 5 more inches today, I think. 10 centimeters, so about 5 or 4 inches more today. Our snowblower is not fixed yet. Today's Wednesday, is that right? Might be done. He hasn't got the part yet, so it depends when the part comes in. If it comes in today, we could have it tomorrow. But if it's stuck on somewhere far away, who knows? So what am I willing to do? If I wait, it's going to start freezing rain later. I guess it's about 11. We're supposed to get a whole lot of snow until 11, and then we get freezing rain. So, or something like that, a chance of it. So, it'll be sitting on 25 inches of snow. So it'll have a crust, and if it's a really hard crust would it be useful. If it's just a soft crust, it just kind of makes it difficult. You get your snowshoe stuck under the crust as you're bringing it up, or you're walking along thinking all is well. You're walking along the top and you fall in, and then you walk along the top and you fall in. Sometimes that's worse than just having to go in deep every time with those snowshoes. But my bindings are not connected to the snowshoes because I had to connect them. You could buy bindings, perfect, beautiful, wonderful bindings, but you have to connect them. And however you connect them, the screw is going to come loose and fall off, and then the bindings will fall off, or whatever. You tie it on, you know, but you can't fix it because you have to be able to, there's a hole in the snowshoe and your toe bends into the snow. And so you only have it connected there at the seesaw point, the teeter-totter. I call them seesaws. Ha! I got something done. That's pretty good. I have to do my garden. I keep putting it off. Putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. But I'm going to do it. I have to water everything. But just before the snow came down, I did retrieve the extra 2 more of those orange containers. 2 more. With the reservoirs, 4 items, 2 garden pots. So what's the time now? 5:45. Ha! Back in the summertime, it'd be bright light by now. Be out there gardening away. Or kayaking, or in my teepee. So that's cool. So I've made a path. So now I can walk out the driveway, down the road, along the highway, and then just cut in this short little bit between the highway and the entrance. And I'm in. So I have a destination where I can relax when I get there. I think the chairs on the bridge are probably long lost, probably buried deep, but they are just wire. So if you can find them and lift them up, the snow will fall through them. However, of course, when you put them down, then the sticks will go into the snow and you'll be right back where you started. But you'll be sitting on the main snow then, you know, and could push the whole thing down. Not bad. The birds were up here yesterday. They really liked this feeder out here. That was nice to put it out there. I'd like to have lights shining on the deck from up here that I could look out at it all. See the snow. but they turn off. You know, their dawn to dusk or their motion sensors. So motion sensors isn't always good, right? Because if you want it on all the time, a motion sensor isn't going to do you much good. I hear movement. Let's see if you can see anything out here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I wonder if you can see anything on this side. Ha, the lights. The lights are much brighter there. Can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go down. Let's feed the birds. This is how you feed the birds. You see, you take it here, and you dump it in. Chickadee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee. It won't be light out for 2 hours. 2 hours! Can you imagine that? 2 whole hours. What am I going to do for 2 whole hours while I wait for it to get sunny outside? It's going to start snowing out there. It's easier if you're not trying to stay on top of it. But if you are, then I put raisins in this the other day. But I think it has depleted all of their goodness. I could dump it in for the worms. You know, I opened the compost the other day and I didn't see any worms, and I wondered if perhaps I moved them all when I took all the worms upstairs. Have to water these things. Have to go downstairs, turn on the water under the stove, under the wall, floor. And then I can come back up and I can water my plants. I should finish fixing this room up. Look what a mess I've made. Big mess. Look at that. And who knows, the grandchildren could come over sometime. So, does anybody play Minecraft? I've been trying to say this. I have this Minecraft game, and I downloaded a software program, OBS, which is some kind of a streaming software. And I copied the stream key from my YouTube account. I went to stream, I clicked on plus, create, and then you have stream or upload or go live or whatever. So I clicked on stream, and it gave me the software. Gave me the key. So I copied and pasted the key into the right place on the other thing, and then it had it connected to my account. And I went on to YouTube online, and I could see my Minecraft episodes. But when I go on to my studio and look for them, I can't find them. But it seems like there's not everything on studio is like there's videos and there's live and there's shorts, but you can't go for streamed, I guess. Kind of a peculiar thing. So I was just playing away, letting the day unfold, and trying to build replicas of my grass hut. So I was making all these little grass huts along the stream in the Minecraft game. Putting lounge chairs and putting a campfire and just making it really nice. I put the swing in the teepee, and then I put my cattail mattress, which has got to be made out of hay bales because that's all you get in Minecraft. Anyway, it's pretty nice in there. But what I'm trying to find out is where to see it, how to stream it, and how to make it come out so that it's not pixelated or really slow. It's really laggy. Good morning, Truth Seeker today. I do feel that I should accomplish something every day. I really feel it's important to accomplish things. But I haven't been making baskets. However, last night I did read the Birch Bark book. I went through it. I realized there's 3 I haven't made, and some of them are very interesting. The third one is really interesting. It's a little box, and it's made out of bands of birch bark going around. It's not your typical way of doing it. Also, how to emboss your birch bark so it looks like leather. I think you could use birch and make a belt. I don't see why not. All you need is to be able to bend it over that hook. And once you've done that, and you fasten it, then you just need to put some holes in it. And you have a belt. How come we don't see people wearing birch bark belts? Or a cedar bark belt? Wouldn't that be cool to make a cedar bark belt for my raincoat? I usually keep those metal hooks that are on the belts. When a belt breaks, I don't just throw it away. I keep the metal hook. So I would be able to do that using birch bark or cedar bark. I can't believe how much snow we have out there. My choices are a lot less. I can't do things with the trailer too much now. Oh, and I also can't harvest all that lovely willow. There was this huge lovely willow patch along one highway. And I thought, I'm going there. I could have done it the other day. I said to Willem, here I am out with my trailer, but no, I gotta plug you up again, but no clippers. So I said, gee, if I had my clippers, I could make a day of it. But I didn't, and so I was with Willem, and he wanted to go to town for some stuff, so yes, a show and tell. I'm making the belt. Well, you will be I certainly will make a show and tell. I'm just thinking, I think that those clips are in the little side table in the bedroom. My mother's, she had 2 little side tables. I really like them, and so they're both in my bedroom now. I think it's in one of the drawers. Or it could be in my little sewing chest. I have too many things for my sewing chest, so it won't close anymore. There should be a fix for that. It's called de-junking, right? Yeah, so I watched somebody make a belt on YouTube. I don't know why I watched it, but I get these things showing up with little hints, you know. Like I like that 5-minute crafts. Have you ever watched that? It's really good. She can do tons of stuff. She really thinks outside the box. She's a great person. So this map could go, it's huge. It could go like on the pottery shed, the pottery studio wall. I should probably just give it away. Get a map that has all of the places written in. This is just satellite. That red thing is a thing to put over you when you sit, but it's made out of this, I don't know what kind of fabric it is they've come up with lately. Sometimes it smells like gasoline or oil. I don't know what it's made of. I mean, obviously it's plastic made of all that stuff, but this one doesn't smell, but it sticks to itself. It sticks to everything. It'd be good to cut it up and use it for Velcro. You could use the whole thing for Velcro. Who needs that much Velcro? I could put that map on the outside of the house. I still have too many windows everywhere. Everywhere is a window. You'd have to shellac it. You know, if you take a picture and you put, I don't know what it's called. It seems moss goo, but that's not right. It's mogo. I don't know. It's Mod Podge. See, Musco. Modge, Modge. Mod Go. Moose, no, Modge Pod. Not Modge Pod? Modge. Anyway, it's a kind of a stuff. You paint it on. Modge Podge. That's it. Gotta let your brains be quiet for a minute and it'll just come out. So Mod Podge, you paint Mod Podge onto the top of a picture. And the picture needs to be black and white. Like if you can get a photocopy of a picture, that's really good. Maybe you can do it with a regular picture, but I don't know. I've never tried that. Oh, Mod Podge. Mod Podge. Really? That's neat. Soap was pretty good, wasn't it? I liked making soap. I liked cutting it. But I have too much soap right now to use it. Nobody wants any if I give it away. My kids don't use, they like liquid soap. No muss, no fuss. Mine leaves a ring around the sink. But it's good soap. Anyway, so what you do is you paint Mod Podge on the front of a picture and then let it dry, and then on the back you wet it and you rub all the picture off. You rub all the paper off, but your picture is now in the Mod Podge. So then you can glue that to a blanket or something, to a pillow. It's a good thing to do for children, you know, to make pictures of all their family or something, and put it on their pillow or on their favorite blanket. I made one that had a picture of the family in the front of the blanket. In fact, I put a picture of the family on a paper, on a table, a placemat that I made. It's under that red thing. Okay. So what's next? A quilt would be fun with pictures all over it. That one with the picture on it is blue. I made it years ago. Maybe before the day of YouTube. Yeah, a memory pillow. Sometimes you see these quilts done by local folks, and they have, yeah, a memory wall hanging. Interesting. Of course, you could just put the photos there. Oh, well, whatever. It'd be fun to make one out of a picture of somebody and give it to them. So I'm getting closer to making my birch stuff. All I have to do really is go in there and sit at the table with my birch stuff and my book and gather the tools around. Yes, I am feeling better. Yes, I am feeling better. I still hurt all over, but not so much. It's just a dull ache all the body and all the muscles. Well, you get the idea, right? You shovel everything twice. That's a pretty big deal. 4,000 square feet. So I finished something, moved everything over there. I'll show it again. See, I got it all moved out of there. I think it's going to look great with the children's handprints on there. Maybe I'll ask if they can come over today so we can get in the driveway. Well, hello, Callistopa. It's nice to see you. Callie. That reminds me of a girl on a show. What was the name of that show? Remember the girl that gets in a car accident? She's a model and she's very vain. And she gets in a car accident and she dies. And so the angel is checking her into heaven, and she's saying, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. And she reaches over and she pushes the return button, and away she goes back to earth, but she comes back in somebody else's body. I think this is the right show. And Callie is one of the people on the show, I think. Or is that on Grey's Anatomy? No, not Touched by an Angel. Is it Dead Like Me, or I don't know, but she comes back as a big chubby girl, and she was a model, and she's horrified when she looks in the mirror at her face that it's this pudgy face. It was a very funny show. I hear movement downstairs. Can't be mice, we got rid of them all. So, what's next? I think joyful is quite angelic. Touched by an angel. Okay, so, is it Willem? I don't know. Maybe. From the moons, Callisto and Europa. Which moons are those? It's still very early here. It's only 6 o'clock, and my darling Willem gets up at 10. He's done that since I've known him. He had to get up at 7:30, but for work for all those years. But then he would come home and take a nap. The moons of Jupiter. Huh. What did you say the two were? Callisto and Europa. The moons of Jupiter. Interesting. I made up all these stories about the constellations. Willem would come out there with me. We'd go for a walk and we would be watching the stars, and I'd be trying to figure out which one was what and where the constellations were. And he'd say, oh, well, that is garden hose. And over here is satellite dish. He had a bunch of them. There were others. He was always making these silly things up. And like the flowers, I would say, Jonathan, I would like it if you don't talk to people that way. If you don't mind, we have to be loving and kind to one another here. Anyway, the conversation, I lost the topic. It's good, though, that I got the windows clean in here, and now I've got that stuff out of the way. I have to clean these stairs. The stairs are quite filthy. So I need to get white paint. Maybe I should paint the stairs white. You know, those stairs, if they were painted white, that would look good with this, wouldn't it? Oh, my star stories. That's right. Thank you. So, if you look at all the stars, if you look at them, like there's Eridanus and Betelgeuse. Now, Betelgeuse is, you know, the stars in Orion. One of the shoulders is Betelgeuse. And then there's Eridanus, and then from there is Hydra, which is like a garden hose. And then there's There's Sirius, so you've got the dog, or the butterfly, underneath Orion. That's supposed to be his dog. And his name is Sirius, and he's a very bright star. So when you look at the Big Dipper, you can usually, Orion, you can usually see Betelgeuse's shoulder, and which one is his knee? Eridanus. Now that's the river. Is that the name of the next constellation, or is that the name of the knee star? Oh, Elmo's getting released. I hope he's going to be okay. Oh, goodbye, Truth Seeker. It's nice that you were here for a while. Anyway, so let's see what else I should accomplish here. Maybe I should wipe off these stairs. That's an easy little task. Yeah, it'll put me ahead. I wonder if I have white paint. You know, I think I do. It might be this color white. I might have it in the sunroom. I might be able to just paint those stairs white, and then the leftover can be used by the children to make hands everywhere. The ceiling really should be the same color white as the ceiling is not a very nice color. Ceilings have a tendency to be dark sometimes. Now, which star was that? Centauri or Sirius? And then up at the top there is Vega. And Vega is the constellation, I think. And what's the main star in Vega? Boy, I've forgotten a lot, haven't I? So I was thinking about you watching your, Vega's a star. Vega is it's only a little cluster of stars. And I always say Vega in such and such, and I forget what it is now. But I know that the Little Dipper, if you can find the Big Dipper, the outside of the cup, that points to the North Star, except the North Star is now moved. Used to point straight to it when I was growing up, but it's a little off now. And it's not the brightest star anymore, North Star. And then I think the handle of the Big Dipper points to the Little Dipper or something. Yeah, Sirius, Sirius. Sirius. It's like they've got this band now, Sirius. Not a clue, there's a lot of stars. Yeah, it's fun to watch the stars. If you can lay on the ground and use a flashlight and point at stars with a flashlight, then you can talk about them. But if you don't use a flashlight, then you really have a hard time telling. But if you use a red flashlight to, or some of these apps that you can use, that you can put up and it'll show you what stars you're looking at, and they're down below and they're up above. So let's see. There is, down at the horizon is Antares. I remember that one because it's like an ant, which is on the ground. So Antares is a bright star on the horizon, and I'm not sure, or is it a star, or is that the constellation? That might be the constellation. And then Arcturus, which is like an arc, it's up higher. And I think it's like the front of the wagon, and there's this bow that's being shot out It's like a cow catcher on the front of a vehicle, right? So it's at the front, and then or maybe it's behind, and then there's animals pulling it. So it must be going the other direction, but it's like an arch with a V. And that's Arcturus. Antares might be in Sagittarius or something. Sagittarius is usually, or Capricorn. Which one is this Scorpio? Scorpion is Scorpio. Well, anyway, one of those is on the horizon. Usually, at certain times in the winter, when in the winter the Big Dipper looks like a question mark, and so the North Star doesn't move, but everything else rotates around it. So when you're looking at the Big Dipper, and you look up the handle, you can see that everything is going to move. And so in the winter, in the night, the Big Dipper looks like a question mark, but in the summer it doesn't. And just like in the summer you can see Hercules, but not so much Orion. But the winter you can always see Orion. And then you can see all the constellation march along behind it. And there's something called the ecliptic. So it's one of the in the sky, and everything goes along that way. So there'll be all the signs of the Zodiac. Those are constellations that are moving over. And I always like Leo, the line. It's like a triangle with an arch. And so the arch is his mane, and the triangle is his body. If you look at a star through a magnifying glass or through a binoculars, you have no idea which star you're looking at after a minute. Because there's so many that show up that are just as bright. Somehow you couldn't see those other ones. But like the Seven Sisters, it's a little clump of stars. You can usually find it. And it's what Orion is pointing at. So Orion has his arch, and he's going to shoot it, and he's shooting it to his left, not my left, but he's shooting it to his left, and that little cluster of stars are in this little V formation, which are the antlers of Taurus. So all those seven sisters are there. And then there's another one that's down here for the chin of Taurus, the bull. There's a lot of stars. It's very amazing. Anyway, so you've got Taurus, and what is he chasing? Well, if you go back the other way, so Orion, now if you look to my left of Orion, you'll see down below him is Sirius, and there's a few stars there, 3 or 4 stars, but Sirius is the eye of the dog. It's very bright. And then if you go up to the top of Orion and then over, then you have the two that look identical, these two perfect stars. So that's Castor and Pollux, and they are Pisces or Gemini. What's the 2 stars? Pisces is Taurus. I don't know. Orion, is he in the ecliptic? He's not part of a zodiac constellation. Yeah. I like the who mowed the lawn next to your house in that YouTube video. Well, I have a house here, and I don't know. I don't have anybody that mows lawns here. I don't think anybody does. Sometimes I've mowed it right around the house, and sometimes we make a pathway that goes around to the gardens. Sometimes I hear the neighbor mowing the lawn in the summertime. I hear a motor now, but it might be the heater in the basement. Can you hear it? Could be outside. Let's look out the window. Does sound like it's outside, doesn't it? Maybe not. Can't wait for the grass to grow and mow the lane again. Spring is good. Is someone referring to you? Can't you see the tractor in the thumbnail? Oh, is that who you're referring to? That would be my neighbor across the road. But he pushed some of the snowplow, the bank, the dike. He pushed some of it out of the way for Willem so he could finish doing it. It took him 2 days to do, not very much, like 6 feet wide and 25 feet long. I hear it more when I'm inside, that sound. It may be the heater downstairs. He's got a fan in it, So what other constellations do we have out there? So the garden hose underneath Orion is called Eridanus, I think, or Hydra. Hydra. So if you look at Castor and Pollux, I think it's Pisces. It's the two of them together. And then beyond Pisces, well, I guess, I don't know what the signs of the zodiac are. January is Aquarius. In February, I don't know. And March, is March Leo? And April, is April Pisces or... May, June, July, August, September is Virgo. October is, I don't know. March is Pisces. Okay. I can see another list coming on. I had a good time making those lists with you guys the other night and putting down where everybody is. It's nice. It's helpful. And then there are all these other people, as I've been going through answering comments on Studio, I've been finding all these other things. All right, so Aquarius. Remember the age of Aquarius? Aquarius, Aquarius. Da 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 dum dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Aquarius, Aquarius. All right, well, I'm not going to get anything done if I sit here. So I'm going to get up. Yes, indeed. I think it's time to get something done. So let's move along. Yes, hi, witchy one. I haven't heard from you in a long time. It's good to see you. You used to be here for years and years, all of my early times. Remember that? When I would make back when I flattened all the birch bark on that nice old table in the kitchen. All right, so let's go get something done. So this is going to get wiped down. Let's go get a cloth. This is also, there's a little situation going here. This has to be put in there. But I think there wasn't room for things. All right, here we go. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I gotta make these little things someday. Gotta figure out how to do them. You know, you take a little piece of this and it becomes some part of it. And put all these little pieces together. These little catkins. But I haven't a clue. I don't know what to do with them. I just got them all there. All right, let's get a cloth. And we shall wash the world up. Okay then, let us see what we can accomplish here. For a moment, there, shine some light on it. Well, I guess we have to climb up there then. We are making progress with this spring cleaning adventure we're having, aren't we? Sorry. Okay. Okay. Looks like the children have been painting up here. Coloring, I guess we should say. This all have to be put back together. Maybe I have to sand this down first before I paint it. Or no, we're going to paint it white. It'll all be hidden. You think that's a good idea? It would be cozier then, wouldn't it? Be a nice little place. Maybe I should just come in here with the vacuum cleaner. ASMR wiping. Interesting. Okay. Is this a good ASMR live video? Are these useful for that? Okay, we have done it. Ha! That's good to have something accomplished there. La da 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 dum da da dum. La da 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 dum da 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 dum. Da 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 dum, da 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 dum, da 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 dum. I used to have a really good book on the stars. It was written by somebody in Charlotte Lake, Ontario. He really knew his stars, you know? He had all the numbers of the power of the stars, you know, the whatever it's called. This looks like it's part of a toy, but it's hard to tell. Oh yeah, it is. But this is not. Oh, it's such a big mess in here. I could tidy it up. Wouldn't that be a challenge? This goes over there with my mother's papers. Here's a slide rule. Do you remember a slide rule? It's my dad's slide rule. I was very happy to keep this. Get it out of the container. Do you remember how to use a slide rule? This is one thing the kids won't know. So it has to do, and you pull the end out. Let's sit over here and see if we can figure it out. All right, the slide rule. So now, this is quite dirty. So you've got the numbers along the top. Okay, good night, Truth. It's good to talk to you. Oh, we got another low battery. I have another plugging in thing here, don't I? Yep. Okay, so what you do is, like, I think here, 9. So if you look over here where this end is, let's see, we'll go to the 4. Okay, so we'll line up the end by the 4. So 4 times, or maybe, so this is an 8 down here. So 4 times 2 is 8. But you can also find, I have to wash this. I have to read that thing of instructions. I don't remember. Do you remember how to use your slide rule? 1, 1. And then over here, got 8. So what is this down there? Is that a 6? No idea. That's just a funny mark, like that funny mark up there. I think I'll wipe this off. And I think I'm going to have to water these plants. All these paperworks, these are all going to go up there in that hole above the stairs. All right, we'll leave that out, so we'll deal with it another time. And now you have 10% battery remaining. Shall we check on our pumpkins, see what happened here? Got all this has to go in those. Nancy, why are you taking so long? Why don't you just do it? All right, I'll just do it. What has happened there? All this is melted. Look at the snow out there. Let's turn on the light. You want to go out? Sure. Oh, it's snowing. Aren't you glad I brought in all those buckets? Oh my gosh, if I hadn't done that, it would be so buried. It's time to snow blow out here. Look at this. This is the roof. I've never seen so much that it hung over the railing. It's very quiet. So, what's happened here? Oh no, look, they've got the third leaf. Oh dear, I don't think they'll taste so good anymore. Let's check. Well, this has not got a third leaf. This one will be good. Let's check the three-leaf one. Now this one's got a much bigger leaf. Let's see if that one's still edible. It's got a bit of a, it's beginning to get a bit of a different taste to it. No, definitely can't eat the leaves anymore. But this other one, without, it's only got 2 leaves on it. It's good. So this is all good for snacking, but it's losing it. You can do this with sunflower seeds too. Gotten dry in there. Dry up here too. Oh wait, look, here's things that are growing. It's pumpkin seeds. Look, has it worked? Look, I think so. I think these are all the romaine lettuce seeds I planted. See, I put this little piece of paper in there with the seeds on it, or in it. Look at that. Life is good when you're a plant. Let's turn your light on here. Look at them. And there. So I planted there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Look at them, they're up. Okay, time to turn the water on. And that's up. Those are up. And there's a few over there up. Those are artichokes, which is a silly thing to have here because these are going to grow 6 feet tall. But whatever, I have not the heart to pull out a weed. Yeah, what's all this? Is this romaine? Or are these little bits of... I could have some, I could be having as well some weeds. These could be, this is very thin. What color is that stem? Where's my finger? Hard to say. I did some good job on these beds here. Wouldn't it be nice if I have romaine lettuce growing? I'm not going to do it for transplanting. I'm just going to grow them right here. Things work best if you just sow them right where you want them. I mean, we could transplant some of those pumpkins. We did transplant one. Let's look at it. Doesn't this look healthy? Imagine. Oh, but look how dry he's getting. Oh, Nancy, you got to turn the water on. Take care of things. All right, water time. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey, and I wonder if we've got that white paint down here. Da, 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 da. Let's look outside, see what we can see. Look at how high that snow is. Look at this poor table. Let's go over here and have a look. It's easier to see out here. I can smell that thing I need to throw away. I picked them up from off the ground. This is where it's covered, you know, and yet it snowed in here. It was blowing from the east. I fed the deer right over there yesterday. It's cold out there. This is another project. This is the cedar bark skirt. I have to finish tying it. So there's a few things I want to do here. Need to turn on the water under here. Okay. It's nice to have friends at night, isn't it? All right, now, can I reach it? No, I'm gonna have to really move things around. Might as well give myself some light. Let there be light. Let's turn it on as bright as it'll go. And look at that, it's 6:45. Okay. I bought this rug in Mexico years and years ago when I was a little girl. Okay, now. Definitely cold in there. Oh, where's that light? Uh-huh. Too bad it's down there. I have to get down on the ground now. Let's do it the easy way.